Hi, and welcome to the Learn to Cook and Food Shopping Budget channel. Today I'll be cooking chicken fajitas. You will need some British chicken diced breast fillets, which is from Tesco, which you can buy about £2 depending on what chicken you can get. And you will need some black pepper, which looks like this, and you will need some paprika, which looks like this red powder, and you will need some extra virgin olive oil and cucumber for salad, a lemon for cleaning the meat, or you can put a lime. And what I've got here is some green pepper, and I have got red pepper, and I have got some tomatoes so that you can put them in salads. And also I have some salsa, which is for the sauce in your fajita. And I also have tortilla wraps. You can get any tortilla wraps, but I thought these ones are the best ones because they was cheaper. There was £1 from Sainsbury's, and so was the salsa. The cucumber was 65p. Tomatoes were, with the tomatoes and the peppers, you weigh them in a bag like this, and it depends how much they charge you for. Okay? First we shall wash our hands, so let me just wash my hands right now. Every time we cook meat we have to wash our hands because otherwise that can cause salmonella or whatever it's called. Okay, so first we get the diced breast chicken and we have to put that in a bowl. So I shall do that now. Okay, so let's start to open the chicken. It's easier to get a knife so that you can cut the chicken open. So for example, let me just move this out of the way. So like this. And then you peel it open. Okay. We put this inside the bowl. Okay, so that's inside the bowl. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty because that is what washing up liquid and hand sanitizer is for. Before I started cooking I was scared to do that, but now I'm a bit more confident. You get confident over time. Okay, so we need to get the lemon. So if we cut this in half, let me just move that out of the way for now. So cut the lemon in half. Then we get half the lemon and we just squeeze that in there. Okay, so that is the lemon in there. So now you have to season your meat. Okay, so get some black pepper. It doesn't matter how much you use, but it just depends how spicy you want it. So you put some of that in there. And your paprika. So we just put a tiny bit of that in there. And again, depending on how spicy you want it, it doesn't matter how much you put in. Okay, so now comes the messy part. So we grab the chicken like this and we just make sure that all the chicken has some seasoning on it. So that it's not, basically you can't even see any of the meat. So like this. So you see that's like covered in there. So after we finish doing that, you put that to one side when it's done. And then you make sure you clean your hands right after this. Okay, and as soon as that is done, we start putting the chicken in. So, put it in here. And it's better to try one first, so put one in there. And just grab a normal spoon. Just start doing this to it, so mixing it around so that all the chicken is going onto the oil. If the oil runs out really quickly, it's better to add some more. So we'll add some more extra virgin oil because it's starting to not come out. So put some in there. Okay, and we just carry on stirring it like this. Ooh. Turn the cooker down because the oil is starting to splatter. And all we need to do is, so it looks like this, so make sure that you turn each chicken over, so when you think it's done on the other side, well, you obviously won't know if it's done, so just make sure that all the chicken is turned the other way, that hasn't been cooked on the other side. Okay, and do you see how the chicken is looking now? Okay. So, just carry on stirring it around. So, distribute each is on the other side. So, leave it on one side for a minute and then turn it over to the other side with your spoon. So that each part gets cooked thoroughly. So you carry on doing this for like about 5 minutes. So, and in my next video I'll show you how to test if it's cooked or not. So while you're watching this video at the moment, the video is still carrying on, which is going to show you that how long you will need to wait until the chicken is being cooked. So carry on turning it on each side over and over again. And this smells so good. And just a key fact, even though meat gets burned, it doesn't mean it's actually cooked. So that's something to keep in mind. And I will show you when this chicken, how to check the chicken when it's cooked in a few seconds. What I'm doing here is pressing the chicken down so that it gets, so that because the oil is bubbling, you have to press it down so that all the oil can go on the chicken. And just flip it over like so. Okay, so while I'm leaving that to do, I'm just about to go and get a spare plate. So, get a plate like so. So carry on doing the chicken. Okay guys, so to check if your meat is cooked, you're going to grab a knife, and what you're going to do is cut open the chicken in half. So as you see here, the chicken is white. That is basically cooked. If it was pink, then it wouldn't be cooked. So that is what it should look like. I don't know if you can see it. If I put it there. If I put it there. Okay. So when you finish seeing that's cooked, so you just carry on leaving the cooker to boil, as you can see here. So just leave the chicken to cook basically. So leave it to boil. Okay guys, so now we're going to cut the cucumber. Make sure you wash your hands before you do this. Okay, so just cut them in small bits. The cutting doesn't have to be perfect, but anyway. And make sure it's a sharp knife. Do not get the same knife as you have done to cut the meat, otherwise that will cause germs or diseases. So make sure you either wash the knife or get a new one. Okay? So cutting the cucumber like so. When cutting the cucumber, okay, if you need to, because there's only 2 of us that's eating today, don't really need that much, but if you're cooking for your whole family, or like for example a people of 8, you need 2 cucumbers to cut, but because there's only 2 of us eating today, I'm only going to use 1 cucumber. Or you can use how much cucumber you like, depending on who likes cucumber in your family or not. And at the moment I've just left the chicken to carry on boiling. Never turn the cooker off even though your chicken has been cooked. It helps you to prepare everything else while that is being boiled still. Okay. So I like to not use the bottom because that's apparently not healthy, so use only the top bit. Do not use it as it gets down to the triangle bit like this one here. So like that. Okay, when you've finished that, now we'll move on to doing the peppers. Actually, I'll start doing the tomatoes. So we always wash the vegetables before you start cutting them. Okay, so now you cut the tomatoes. Don't know if you can see this. And because these are going as salad inside the fajitas, it doesn't matter how big or small you cut them. It just depends, like I said, how you like them. Okay. I don't really like tomatoes, but the other person I'm cooking for does, so I just got tomatoes anyway. Okay, and we put that with the cucumbers. Now for the peppers, so let me just grab another plate. Always take the little packets. And again, as with salad, make sure you wash them before you do them. So just So with these, what I like to do is, do you see this bit here, this brown bit? So cut around this with the peppers. Doesn't have to be perfect, but make sure you cut around them. And be careful that you don't cut your fingers. And you do this, I'll show you in 1 second, because it's easy to pull out once you have done. Okay? And then we just cut that in half like this. And then what you do, get the seeds out. And we don't like this white bit here, so we're going to cut, what we're going to do is cut round like this. This smells so good. What we're using here, you don't have to use peppers. You can use whatever filling you like on your fajitas. Okay, so after we have done that, We do the same to the red one as well, but at the moment I'm going to put that one to one side. Okay, so what you do is you cut these in little slices like so. And make sure they're thin enough because obviously they're going in the fajita wraps. And these are really easy to cut, so you won't have a problem. And guys, when your chicken is still boiling, I want you to make sure, like so, over here, all I've done is put it on a lower heat. Okay, so just carry on stirring your meat like that. And leave it to cook. Okay? Alright, so once that is done, you do the same to your other one. I'm not going to do that one at the moment. And then after that is done, you wash that again and wash these again so that the seeds are not there. So what I'm going to do is put this all in my hand and wash them. Okay? And then chuck the rest of it away. After you do finish doing that, make sure you wash your hands again. And guys, this is my finished salad here. What I've done in the meantime is, now that the chicken is being finished cooked, I've turned off the cooker and now that is finished. Okay, and that is how you cook chicken fajitas. So guys, here is the finished product. It's like that. It's black because obviously I've done black pepper and paprika on it. So I'm going to grab the salsa and dab some on here, if it would come out. You don't have to use salsa sauce, you can use whatever sauce you want. And then add your salad where you need it. I love cucumber. So guys, thank you for joining me in my Learn to Cook and Shopping Budget channel. And today we have learnt to cook chicken fajitas, and join me tomorrow in cooking pork chops with potatoes and rice and vegetables. Thank you.